Winter Storm 2022 is here. We've had full coverage for you all morning, but Dan, my brain is in spring. 50 days.
Oh my goodness.
50 days.
50 days. 50 days until spring. It's so hard to think of spring right now, though, isn't it? I mean, with the snow, the wind, the cold, and here we are at the end of January. But yeah, March 20th, 50 days, it'll be gone. It'll be there like that. I know some of us are looking forward to the big snows, but I got to tell you, for a lot of us, this is not going to be a big snowstorm in terms of amounts. It's a powerful storm, but we're right on the back edge of it. But when you take the snow, you take the wind, you take the cold, you put all that together, it is really kind of turning out to be a nasty storm for us. Look at the temperature, 14. The wind is out of the north at 17 now, and the wind chill is at -3. And the wind chills are pretty much going to stay below zero the rest of the afternoon. We're seeing some snowfall reports in eastern Hamden County, Munson and Brimfield, 3-4 inches of snow. Springfield, we're at about 2 or 3. It's kind of hard to measure, right, with it blowing around. Russell, Paula says she has 2 inches in Russell. Coleraine about 1 inch. Tom in Greenfield says he has about 1 inch as well. And I think it's these locations where the snow totals will be lowest. It's out east, Eastern Mass, the Cape and the Islands. That's where snow totals will be the greatest. That's where we're seeing these really dark blue bands lining up, and that's indicating snow bands of 3 to 4 inches per hour. And you look at this and you say, well, it's not that far away from Western Mass. But what's happening is, as they're trying to rotate in on Western Mass, they're falling apart a little bit and they're weakening. They make it to about eastern Hamden County. So that's why, and that's where I think we'll pick up the greatest snow totals for us here in Western Mass, right? We have the light blues indicating mainly light snow for us, but it will be steady through the mid and late afternoon as our area of low pressure continues to wind up. And boy, is it a strong storm system. I mean, yesterday at this time it was nothing, and it has just intensified so rapidly. And that's our bombogenesis, when a storm system rapidly intensifies. And as it does so, it creates a lot of wind and a lot of moisture as well. These lines are lines of equal pressure, meaning, and when they're tight like that, it does generate a lot of wind. It's just an indication of how strong the storm system is. It's going to keep on moving, so the snow should wind down as we head into the evening, probably around dark or a little bit after. But steady snow up until then, we'll say 4 or 5 o'clock, and then it just kind of tapers to flurries. Varying rates of intensity, that's how it's going to come down for us. Moderate amounts for a lot of us, Springfield points south and east, but probably lighter amounts north and west. And winds will gust between 30 and 40 miles per hour, kind of off again, on again as we go into the afternoon and probably into the evening as well. Then they'll swing around into the northwest and start to taper off. 14 in Springfield. Notice Chatham's 32. Their snow is that heavy, wet snow. That's where they're already starting to see some of the power outages. For us, yes, it's windy and we have the snow, but it's that powdery snow. So we're maybe seeing an isolated power outage, knock on wood. I think that's all we'll end up seeing here. Springfield, wind gust of 30 miles per hour. It's a little lighter across Franklin County. It usually is in this case, but look at it out at Nantucket Island. A wind gust of 67 miles per hour right now. Feel like temperature down another degree. Feels like it's -3. Let's check in with Ken, who's been out in the snow and those bitterly cold temps pretty much all morning long. Ken, I know you're bundled up, and that's a good piece of advice for this afternoon for folks heading out.
Yeah, that's for sure. This is a very cold system, and with that, we aren't going to be getting as high as wind gusts as the coast near Boston and the southeastern part of the state. However, we are dealing with some sustained winds between 15 and 25 miles per hour, with some gusts even already registering north of 30 miles per hour, with the chance of hitting 40 as the day progresses. Now, the system will keep on giving some, a variety levels of snowfall rates anyway for the next several hours until starting to clear out a little bit later on this afternoon. But those winds will be pesky from the northwest and then picking up a little bit before really improving later on this evening. So you can expect those gusts to be sticking around, which will make those temperatures feel very bitterly cold. Feels like temperatures hanging around 0 and maybe even those negatives as far as many parts of Western Mass. But the wind gust is going to be the issue. The snowfall will start to taper off a little bit later this afternoon, and then finally dialing down and calming later on after sunset tonight, and then bringing back the sun for tomorrow. Back over to you, Dan.
All right, Ken, I know everyone's like, all right, how much snow are we going to get? Well, keep in mind we have about 1 to 4 inches on the ground as of now. We're thinking probably about 6 inches, but we put the plus. We have that range. We had it at 6 to 12. I don't think Springfield's going to get to 12, probably the lower end of that. I think the best chance of picking up a foot in Western Mass would be like Brimfield, Munson, Eastern Hamden County. So you have that swath of 12 plus, and then of course 18 to 24 off to the east. You head further west and north. For those of us up in Franklin County, we've had these kind of fine little snowflakes, right? So not really piling up too much. Greenfield has 1 inch. So let's say 3 3+ inches. Russell has 2 inches. We'll tack on a bit more. So that's the range. We have 3 to 6. And then you get into Berkshire County and the snow totals go down. So that's why we say it's the snow, the wind, and the cold. The combination of everything is making for a nasty afternoon. But snow totals will be real impressive across Rhode Island, southeastern Mass, the Cape and the islands as well. Well, at least the Cape. Some spots out here, especially on the South Shore, could come in 30 inches of snowfall. So you can see how we're on the back edge of it, but still a nasty storm for us. Winds down this evening. Wind tailors back tonight, but still a little blowing and drifting. And then tomorrow, a lot of sunshine around, bright, and leave the sunglasses with that fresh snowpack. You also need to bundle up with temps in the mid-20s. Frigid start Monday. Nice bounce back in the afternoon. And then up we go Tuesday. How about Wednesday and Thursday? Oh, by the way, that's the groundhog for Wednesday morning. We'll see what Punxsutawney has to say. But in the medium range here, we're warming up. We could be in the 40s near 50. I know Bree's smiling over there, seeing that 50
Smiling. I'm looking forward to that Tuesday and Wednesday. Those are my type of temps. And even 50 on Thursday.
That'll be a nice little break, so we'll get some melting.
Yes, looking forward to that. All right, and as a reminder, Western Mass News will have you covered all day long for Winter Storm 2022. We have